This movie was so fucking stupid. The only reason I watched it is to make a YouTube video about it, to review it, because I have no fucking life. I mean, time I should have been using to fuck a girl, but I can't because I don't have money and I don't have a girl. I knew it was going to be so bad and silly that I will definitely laugh at a few things, but still it's not worth watching it. I mean, however, if you do watch it, it will make you smile as you watch the actors' pathetic struggle to act in this movie. I mean, the main guy is so fucking monotone. I mean, listen to this shit. He's a monotone fucker.
One day I was walking to school and I got abducted. I don't remember much. I must have been knocked out. I was in and out of consciousness. But what I do remember is being terrified. When I came to, I was underwater in a bag in a frozen lake. I don't know how I get out.
As the movie starts, everyone suddenly has to reveal all kinds of emotional and sensitive and important information to each other that conceivably they could have revealed years ago or even days ago to one another. But you know why it all happens at the start of the movie instead? Because it's for the sake of giving exposition to the audience. That's all. I'll tell you right now, in this movie, Santa Claus is real. And Santa Claus has an evil brother named Krampus. And these two characters, Santa Claus and Krampus, work together to punish naughty children. Ever wonder what happens to the children who are naughty on Santa's list? Well, he gives the names of these children to his brother Krampus, who looks like a fucking demon. Krampus then kidnaps these children and tortures them or kills them or rapes them, whatever he does. So Saint Nick is in on this. Saint Nick is really hardly better than his evil brother Krampus. Now, I'm not gonna summarize the whole story of this movie, because I am too fucking lazy to do that. I'm not gonna go step by step telling you the whole story, because I'm too fucking lazy. I'm just gonna point out the stupid shit that came to my attention. Now, look, the blood in this movie, it looks neon pink. It's like somebody spilled strawberry punch on the snow in this movie, and that's like the special effect for blood. They don't have any extras in this film. I mean, no extras at all to appear in the background. The police station was empty except for the main guy and the captain who worked there. And there's no one in police uniform actually appears in this movie. Then we have the bar scene, and the bar was empty except for the bartender and the three main characters as they're having a conversation. There is a soundtrack added, as if there are other patrons in the background in the bar, but you don't see them. The tables are all empty. We see a kid who was thrown by Krampus into a frozen pond inside a gift sack. And then the kid swims out of the pond and runs away, and he's not even soaking wet. He should be soaked from head to toe, but the movie producers decided it was easier not to soak the kid from head to toe because they're filming this scene in cold weather, and they don't want the kid to get sick, I guess. And then this movie tries to make you believe that only 3 police officers are going into the woods on foot with assault rifles to hunt what they believe is a child abducting and murdering serial killer. Holy shit, I mean, is this movie fucking stupid? These police officers, look, it shows that these police officers are wearing bulletproof combat vests, but these vests, they don't have any badges or even the word police written on the vests. If these guys are cops, why don't they have fucking badges on their vests? And why doesn't it say police on the back of their vests? Then, as they go into the woods on this mission, they see a humanoid creature in a brown Santa Claus suit on top of a hill. This is Krampus. Now, Krampus isn't doing anything. He just appears and stands there. Instead of following normal police procedure and calling out to him, one of the fat-headed cops says, "Let's open fire." Now, I know Krampus has huge jaws with large fangs and a head like a beast, but the cops can't just jump to the conclusion that it's a real monster. Wouldn't it be more rational for them to think it's just a guy in a mask? I mean, the thing is shaped like a man, it walks like a man, the same height as a man, so wouldn't they instead think it's just a regular man in a costume? So they open fire on the creature, after it has already blatantly stepped out of sight back over the spine of a hill over which it had appeared. So these idiots discharge their entire magazines on full auto into empty space, and this is all done without any gunfire sound. It's all silent, just music playing when the guns start shooting. And, I mean, they saw what is tantamount to a man in a costume. He had no weapon in sight. He hasn't done anything threatening except simply stand there, and these guys just start shooting at it. Anyway, so Krampus ends up getting the jump on these guys, because he can teleport, I guess. I don't know. I mean, he just fucking appears. He just appears in places without actually walking there. But anyway, he kills one guy, then drags away two of the others, then kills the second guy, but allows the third guy, who is the main character, to escape without stopping him. Now, if he knocked out all three, why not kill all three while they're knocked out? Why? Because the main character has to survive, so the bad guy just lets him live for no reason? Because the script they sketched out on a napkin in a span of 5 minutes for this movie says so, only because the script says so. So here we see Krampus the Christmas Devil cut out some guy's heart and then squeeze it in his hand. And you can clearly see that's globs of fucking jello that he's squeezing that are dripping out. So far in this movie they used, I guess, strawberry punch to make the blood special effect, and red jello to depict a heart getting squeezed into mush special effect. Look at how obvious it is that the creature's hand is a fucking rubber glove. Look at how the finger look at how the finger fucking bends when it's obvious it's a fucking rubber glove. It's supposed to be a real monster's hand, but it's a rubber glove that fucking, where the tip of it fucking bends when it presses against something. So, after Krampus has the main character captured in a cave, the main character escapes and starts running away. Krampus moves to go after him, but only makes it a step. Then, for some reason, immediately he gets distracted by a naked woman he has chained up in his cave and starts rubbing her breasts with some kind of electricity passing from his hand into her breasts. And so he has this woman chained up in his cave, and instead of chasing after his prey who is getting away, I mean, it doesn't make any sense why this would happen, except they wanted to put an ugly, bare-breasted woman in the movie with Krampus raping her for some reason. I mean, it's like the man he captured, that he wants to kill, that he should have killed after he knocked him out. This man runs away, and Krampus literally takes 3 steps to give chase, but then I guess he goes, oh well, fuck it, and immediately shifts his attention to raping this ugly, naked chick instead. Then they have a fucking news reporter come on television, and her eyes keep looking up at the teleprompter every other second as she speaks, and her eyebrows keep going up and down, and she sounds stilted, as she obviously has to keep looking up over her head to read the lines that she's supposed to say, you know, kind of like I'm doing in this video. And then the main character, while he's in a grip of despair and self-doubt at failing to kill Krampus, and because his friends were killed by Krampus, he gets told by his bartender friend, to make him feel better, why, your father was one of the best cops I knew. So what we have here is we have a news broadcast revealing exposition cliché. The bartender is the main character's friend cliché, and while the main character doubts himself as a police officer, he has to get told by someone close to him for inspiration, oh, your father was one of the best cops I knew, which is another fucking cliché. So you have a police officer who is a son of a great police officer cliché. Now, the main character, I didn't catch his name, okay? He was hit over his bald head with a chain by Krampus, which gave him a bloody scalp. Bloody with the neon pink blood that they use in this movie. Now, this guy is completely bald and should clearly have the wounds to show on his scalp since he was bleeding. Yet, after taking a shower and washing off the blood, you don't see any wound or bruise where he was hit on his bald head. I mean, this movie is so fucking stupid. You know, now look at this fight. They fight in this movie, and you don't feel or see any force behind the punches. They're just touching each other with these fighting moves. That's all it is. They're just touching and brushing each other with these fighting moves. This is just, okay, I am too lazy to convey all the stupidity of this movie, like every instance of stupidity in this movie. Now, I wasted an hour and a half across a period of 3 separate days to watch this shitty movie by watching it in little half-hour chunks each day. I mean, I watched this retarded piece of crap only to make a review video about it, because I wanted to review something blatantly stupid and easy to make fun of, and very obscure, something that you won't see that has already been reviewed 1,000,000 times by others on YouTube. So, for this, I deserve at least 10,000 views on this video, because this is bullshit. I mean, okay, I'm telling you about a movie that nobody gives a shit about, that I'm putting down, that I'm pointing out how stupid it is, that I wasted time on watching. But still, you know, I deserve a great deal of compensation for it. I mean, time was the only thing that I wasted on this movie. Just time. This movie cost me nothing else but time. Still, many people out there would consider this movie better entertainment than my novel The Dying Mark, which I have written. Apparently, if made to choose which is better, this movie or my novel, people would pick this movie. So, if that's the case, how am I going to get rich off my novel? I mean, people would say that this movie is better than my YouTube channel. Krampus the Christmas Devil. So, I'm glad that Krampus doesn't die and that he goes on to rape the main character's ugly 15-year-old daughter while leaving the main guy completely devastated. They need to make a sequel to this piece of crap.